No, right? People really need to get their egos together. They really do.
Absolutely.
Really do. Absolutely.
The Browns released a statement just now that Odell Beckham Jr. will no longer play for Cleveland. So obviously we knew this was coming, but this just came down. Tim, I'll start with you. What do you think would be a good fit for him? Which team?
I think it's Vegas. I think it's Derek Carr and the Raiders. That's the first one that popped in my head. I think you have a really talented quarterback that's underrated. You have a really good tight end that's going to help take pressure. Some other guys, but also with the loss of Henry Ruggs, you might be able to step in, learn the offense, and really bring something special to the offense from day one. Now, if I was Odell and I wasn't just worried necessarily about more catches, but a championship, I tell you what, LA Rams would be very intriguing for me as well. And I know they got other receivers, but man, you step in there, you might be able to take that place of Deshaun Jackson, a deep threat there. I mean, you have a team that is loaded, and they added Von Miller. I mean, come on. If it's me, I look at the Rams and saying, hey, I might be able to be the final chip to a championship.
Tim, that's where I was going. My reaction is, okay, LA Rams, what you waiting for? Go get that brother. That's my first choice before the Raiders. Raiders a good choice. I get where you're coming from, particularly with the tragedy involving, Henry Ruggs III. You know what happened there. Definitely, that Las Vegas is a viable landing spot. But I would put the Rams ahead of them and the Green Bay Packers for the reasons you mentioned about the Rams. The Green Bay Packers also have additional targets, but Allen Lazard and Marquez Valdez-Scantling, assuming both of them are there with Devontae Adams. Obviously, they got their slew of receivers, but particularly with Tunyon going down now with the ACL injury, even though that's a tight end, I'm saying, add an additional dude like an Odell Beckham Jr. because who's throwing him the football? It would be that brother Aaron Rodgers. And so you got Aaron Rodgers or Matthew Stafford. Forgive me, I like Derek Carr. He's not a scrub. He can play. I know this. But if I got to choose between playing with Matthew Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, or Derek Carr's going to be third on that list. And let's not leave out Kansas City because they could use some help alongside Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce as well. Even though Pringle is there, I would say to you, Kansas City would come to my mind as well. Those three teams to me would be before the Raiders.
I think they're all great teams. I think something else to keep in mind is for Odell, being in a position where he might feel at home. I know Odell likes LA. I've seen him there multiple times at multiple events. I know he spends a lot of time there. So that might be a place where, he just could feel, hey, I'm more at home. I got more friends, more family around me, more support. And that does matter.
I'm going to throw out two more. I know one you guys are going to shoot down, but I could see Tom Brady landing him in the Bucs. I'm just saying. And I know he already has a ridiculous amount of weapons, but I could absolutely see that happening. It seems like Brady always pulls it out. But I have a real one for you. How about this, guys? And I know city-wise, maybe it's not the most exciting, but what about New England? I mean, Mac Jones, rookie, bright future. He's been pretty solid. Wow. He's been accurate. And you get to play for Bill Belichick, who we know's a fan of Odell Beckham Jr.
Okay. See, Molly.
Listen, I think the Patriots are going to make a run at the playoffs.
Slick.
I think they're getting better. So I don't think it's terrible, option at all. I don't know that he would be interested in it. I think those other ones that have been brought up, he would be more intrigued with, just from the little bit that I know of his personality and maybe what he's thinking. But I think the Patriots are a team that's getting better. I think Mac Jones is playing by far the best out of any rookie quarterback and probably playing in the top 15 in the NFL in quarterbacks. I think he's only going to get better. And I do think they need an elite receiver, and he might have a chance to step in really, really early and help that team.
The reason why I said Molly was getting slick is because you're giving us the answer after you ask the question. And I'm like, no. Let us give the answer, Molly.
I know what you're going to say.
Okay, here's the deal.
Shoot it down.
Tom Brady, if Tom Brady shouldn't have a problem, but if I'm Mike Evans, if I'm Chris Godwin, if I'm Antonio Brown and Rescue, I'd have a problem if you brought Odell Beckham Jr. I'd be like, wait a minute, we barely getting enough passes to begin with. We win and we go with it, but don't bring in another person to take additional targets from us. No, Molly.
But can't you see Brady pulling that off?
Wait a minute. And then with the Patriots, yeah, maybe. I don't see it, though. Yeah. But then with the Patriots, they're not there yet. And I think with Odell Beckham Jr., he needs to be a place where offensively, I'm talking about offensively, they're there. He's not going to have any trepidation if Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, or Matthew Stafford is throwing him the football. That might be the case with a rookie quarterback in Bill Belichick's run-centric system. We have to be careful about that.
Tim, let me throw out another question to you here. So obviously we all know Odell Beckham Jr. is a special talent and a big personality, right? What quarterback do you think he would be the best fit with, though? Like when we talk about a guy, Tom Brady, we know they'd have good chemistry. Tom would know how to deal with him. Even to some extent, you could argue that Eli Manning did as well, because that's when he had his best numbers before Eli started to decline in his career with age. Which of those quarterbacks do you think would be the best fit?
Well, I agree with you on both of those quarterbacks, and I think Brady would know how to handle it. I also think that Aaron Rodgers would do a really good job with it. I think because he has also such a big personality, I think that he would do a good job of becoming friends and working with him. I also think Andy Reid is used to that as well, and Patrick Mahomes would do a great job. And I think Odell would have such respect for what they've accomplished that I think you would really see him kind of just gravitate and be another one of the guys versus the guy. And I think that would be really helpful for him and the organization he goes to.
I think that this misnomer out there about Odell Beckham Jr. needing to be the guy, I don't think that's what he feels. He just needs to feel like an active, productive part of something that's working. There is a difference, okay?
Yeah.
If somebody is getting 10 receptions for 150 yards and Odell Beckham Jr. gets 8 receptions for 100 yards, he ain't going to be mad that he didn't get the other number. That's not who he is. You want to be in a productive situation where the guy that you're looking at, of course, the coaches, the respect of the coaches matter, but I think we all respect Kevin Stefanski because he's proven to be a coach that knows what he's doing and can do a pretty decent job. I think when you're talking about a wide receiver of Odell Beckham Jr.'s caliber, your primary focus is on the quarterback. Who the hell is throwing me the football? And with Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford, he ain't going to have any concerns in that regard. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.